Hello, Juliana. Hey guys, I'm actually outside, so if the lighting seems weird, it is. But it's awesome outside tonight, so I decided to come outside on my deck and do this. Okay. Hi guys, I'm just gonna give everybody a few minutes to find me. Okay. I'm gonna share. Here we go. Alright, just hanging out until everybody gets on. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, I'm gonna share to the group so the group people can find me. What I'm doing tonight really isn't all that different from what I usually do, but I'm trying to get you guys to talk about your experiences. Is really what my purpose is tonight, because I know you guys have experiences, and some of you talk about it with me on the live feeds or in private or whatever, but you know, part of my mission is to get you guys talking about the things that you experience. Okay. Hello, Hermosa. So we'll give, like I said, everybody a few minutes to find me. I'm going to share to the group here. If I can bring it up. I'm working off of two different screens. Okay. Hello, Scott. Meditation experiences of deep bliss. So what that tells me is that basically you're at oneness whenever you do that. I've had this happen, especially when I do like the frequency meditations, where you listen to a different frequency, and the point is to resonate at that frequency with that sound, with that video or, you know, dialogue, whatever you're listening to. Basically you're at oneness, because that's what the universe is. It's bliss, it's love. So you're connecting directly to source, basically. Does that make sense? Okay. Got 5 of you on. Waiting for a few more that we normally see. Feeling of oneness at all. There is brainwave audio and also individual mantras to oneness. Yeah, totally. Yes. What usually works for me is, like I said, the frequency meditations. Now, everybody is so different, and everybody is a different frequency. So what works for one isn't going to work with the other. So play around with them and find the ones that work for you, and then stick with that one. Chanting, you know, I've tried all of the above, and I couldn't find one that I matched with until I found the frequency meditations, and then it just took off for me. For some reason, I even had a hard time with the guided meditations. I can do a guided meditation, but for some reason it wasn't working for me. And if multiple work for you, that's great. So don't get frustrated, like if you're trying to do a meditation and, you know, you pick this video that's supposed to work for everybody and it's not working for you, or you're not getting it. Well, try a different one that's just not for you. Okay, so don't get frustrated. It's just not the one for you. Keep trying until you find one. Everybody is different. Chi-Chi and emptiness, the void, which is like oneness. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, the void. I've heard talk about that lately. Have I been there a few times? It's just like, it's hard to explain. It's like an emptiness, yeah. Just no thought. Maybe the buzzing, you might hear the buzzing or the ringing, but the best way I can describe it is like an emptiness, yeah. Just like a nothingness, just a oneness. There was a video I was watching on that not too long ago, actually. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, I'm getting most of the people on now, I think. The void is felt when one lives in the heart and not the head. Yeah. Yep. You're absolutely correct. Yes. And that's one thing that we have to learn on this whole ascension path is getting out of the head, you know, and getting out of your mind and into the heart. Feel things with the heart, you know, and when the way you manifest is with the heart. It's not with your mind, it's with your heart. Absolutely. You know, you can intend it all you want in your mind, but if you don't put your heart into it, then, I mean, literally, your heart chakra into it, then it's just not going to manifest for you. The heart is kind of the key to everything, you know. Sometimes you have to keep breaking the heart to get it to open. Like, we can't ascend without having our heart open, our heart chakra opened. Like as I said, this whole ascension process is focused on opening the heart. Okay, and you can sometimes think that you've got your heart chakra open, but I'm telling you, until it really happens, then you don't know. It's very vivid. In meditation once, when I was doing meditation to open my heart chakra, because it can close and reopen and close and reopen. There's two different rays to the heart chakra. There's your green chakra, which is the one that's most hot, okay? But there's also a pink ray. And the pink ray is unconditional love. Your green ray is conditional love. So whenever you're doing a meditation, you're going to look for that pink ray to be coming out. Now, I don't know about you guys. I can see energy, so in my mind's eye. And when that first happened, I didn't know what it was. I had to look it up. I'm like, why am I seeing pink in my heart chakra? That doesn't make any sense to me. So, but this is the information that I found. So whenever you open the heart chakra to a point where there's that pink ray coming in, this is pure openness, okay, of this area, this energy threshold. Yes, and Scott is absolutely correct. We need to get out of living in our head and live in our heart. Our intuition does not come from our mind. Our intuition comes from our heart and the upper solar. So heart, upper solar. Okay. You guys share too. I think some more people are coming on and finding me. I am coming on a little bit later than normal. We had a late dinner tonight, and I wanted to make sure, I always make sure I eat before I come on. Because I burn off all that energy whenever I'm channeling. Good. I think everybody's finding me now. Okay. Scott, how was your family member? How was your family member that was, that had that procedure? Hello. The crickets sound awesome. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to talk a little bit quiet because I live in town and I'm outside on my deck. And my neighbors are about 15 feet away, so I'm trying not to keep them up. It is quite late here, so I hope you guys can hear me okay. Recovering well, but now he might have throat cancer. Okay. 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 How is he doing consciously? Let me ask you that too. Yes, I don't know about you guys, but you know, I've been kind of pulled to come outside and do these live feeds. It's not just because it's warm, but I don't know about you guys, but being outside just raises my vibration alone. I love it. I'll come out here at night just to have a cup of coffee and think and meditate. Even though I live in town, you know, after 10 o'clock, it's pretty quiet. Still an asshole. Okay, that's okay. You know, sometimes, you know, I've been trying to teach this with a couple of different people. When somebody's like that and their service to self, okay, is what I call it. Sometimes it takes a couple different, not just one. Sometimes, you know, a huge life event, either positive or negative, will happen to wake them up and get them out of service to self. Or sometimes it takes a couple different ones simultaneously or back to back to get them to wake up. So, hello from Michigan. Well, hello, Jody. Nice to meet you. Welcome aboard. Yes, I was telling everybody, I think who we're going to have on is who we're going to have on. You know, I sit up here and talk about my experiences, and some of you come on and talk about yours and ask the questions. That's why I do these, you know, Q&A sessions. But part of my mission is to get you guys to talk about it, you know. I think in the beginning it was, you know, me kind of opening up and letting you guys know what I'm going through so that you won't be so shy as to talk about it. You know, the more we talk about it, the more we can figure this out, and the more we heal, and the more we get validation. So that's part of my mission, guys, is to know that you can talk about it. This is a safe place. This is why I've created this space. It's because, you know, myself, going through my experiences, I didn't have anybody but myself. So I decided to be the one that people could come to safely, non-judgmentally, and talk about the stuff with, because I knew there was other people going through this stuff. So this is a you know, I've created this space and it's been completely non-judgmental. It's completely safe. We are all supportive of each other. I've never had a problem in this group with negativity, nothing, and I love it. So please, guys, and some of you guys do, and I appreciate that, and you guys help yourself more than you realize by doing that. So absolutely, you know, talk about this, and if you need validation or you have a question for me validating or confirming something, please let me know. And if there is something that you guys don't want to talk about, you know, publicly or on these feeds, you are more than welcome to message me, okay? Privately, I'm more than happy to do it that way too. I understand. Well, hello, Debbie. Did you make it on to see me? Yeah, I didn't think I was here. I just thought it was going to be a lot later than what I am. Tanis, we're just discussing experiences that we might have had. You know, anything during a meditation, any kind of visitation, anything that you're seeing or feeling, any kind of experiences, or, you know, if you're remembering a past life, if you're remembering a future life, okay, and your children experiencing things, absolutely, I'd be glad to validate it for you. Part of my mission, like I said, is to get you guys talking about your experiences and feel comfortable with it, okay? On break for a few. Awesome. Have you ever left your body? Yes. Yes. Multiple times. And the other night, actually, I had an experience. I've done it multiple times before. And the other night I had an experience where I've had my guides teaching me how to astral project and astral travel and manifest things in my dreams, and actually telekinesis in my dreams. It was pretty awesome. But I'm here to tell you guys that this stuff is very real and this stuff happens, okay? And that they're showing us how to do these things so we can prepare ourselves, okay? I guess I have. Okay, I've also cool experiencing auras with magic mushrooms, really? Okay, see, I've never done LSD and I've never done mushrooms, but, I'm not going to say I'm not curious as to what it would do because I have done the research on it, but I haven't. I think that would be pretty awesome to see. Now, I can see it here, but I can't see it with my physical eyes. So I can only imagine what it's like seeing it with your physical eyes. Okay. Going through great pain, I know it's a path for growth, but lots of tears this week. I need love. We got all the love in the world in this group, babe. I understand. And, you know, the reason is, I guess we're going through like a space storm of sorts. It's just like a burst of energy that we're basically rotating through. So, and that's going to have an effect on our consciousness. It's going to drag a lot of stuff out. So don't be scared by it though. Like, purge it, get it out. Like, that's the point. Like, that's why we cry, is to get things out. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, if you have to go into your bathroom and cry like a mad woman, then do it. As long as it gets that unsticks that stuff. That's the point of these space storms affecting our consciousness, and that's the point of ascension, is to get down in there and just get it out. Okay, so do it. We got all the love in the world here. Okay. Did mushrooms once was crazy. I'm not gonna say I'm not curious. I always have been, but I've just never gotten around to it. Magic mushrooms just turned on the Sixth Sense, and that's the research that I've come across. Absolutely, on LSD, yeah, absolutely. And you know, back in the 70s and 80s, I'm sure it's still going on that we don't know about. You know, the CIA was doing a lot of experimentation with LSD and what it does to your psychic awareness. I'm sure it's still going on, yeah. And I've been in disclosure about some other kind of advancing tests that they've done as far as sound waves on your pineal gland. Sound waves pointed at your pineal gland is supposed to stimulate it. Copper, they've done a lot of research with copper stimulating your pineal gland. So what I've done in the past is I have an orgone, which is a pyramid, and it's got some little crystals in it, and it's got a copper wire at the top of the pyramid. I've rested the tip of the copper here before, and I will have some really awesome meditations from it. Crazy, wonderful, beautiful meditations from it afterwards. And I wouldn't do it for a very long time if you have one. I wouldn't do it for a very long time. You know, a little bit at a time, 10 minutes here at a time or something. Good crazy, yeah. Yes. And too, the people that have bad trips from it, and I'm not like promoting this by any means, for anybody else watching, but the people that have bad trips from it are, one thing too you guys have to understand is the negative part of spirit. It's only going to affect you if you allow it to. So when you're not allowing it to and you're keeping your vibration high, like that's one thing that I would do before you do anything. If you choose to do this, is make sure your vibration's good and high before you go into it. Again, because that negative, is only going to affect you if you allow it to, and that includes not doing these, anytime you're not doing these, mushrooms or LSD. Okay. And, always white light yourself, just, we've got energy all around us, guys, okay? That I can see with my physical eyes, believe it or not. I walk around and it looks like we're in water, and this is that energy. I can see that with my physical eyes. It looks like water. That's what it is. It's the torsion field, it's the gravitational field, it's energy, it's consciousness. So when you're white lighting yourself, what I call white lighting, it's protection. It's drawing in that energy from your atmosphere and picturing it going into you, and picturing the light going into you. And that's a good protection before you go to sleep. That's good protection before you eat. Okay, before you drink water, before you do anything. Okay, I love that. And just before meditation. Okay, if you do attempt to astral project, it'd be a good idea to do this before you project. Okay. Plant medicines have been used by indigenous cultures for ages. Yeah, they have. It grows from the earth. Anything, as far as I'm concerned, anything that grows from the earth is medicine to me. It's It grows from the earth. It's given to us by the earth, right? I do not see a darn thing wrong with anything that grows from the earth naturally. That's my opinion. Okay. And this is what my guides tell me. You know, if it was put there on earth, it's for a reason. That includes us, that includes the animals, that includes everything, the plants, fruit, you name it. Crystals, totally. Crystals. Absolutely. You guys know the relationship that I've got with my crystals. I just love them, and I love them, and I love them. So I'm out here with my crystals on my backpack talking to you guys. Yes. What's the point if you're going to die? Because we don't die. Okay, our body maybe, but our soul is eternal. Okay, our soul is eternal. And this body that we have is just a shell. A temporary shell. Okay, we choose to come in here and inhabit the shell, learn experiences, okay, learn to love, learn to give, learn to accept love, okay, that's also helping our spirit grow and our spirit learn. Our soul is eternal. Okay, see energy for the first time last month. Yes, yeah, isn't it wonderful? And I've always seen this. Of course, you know, I thought it was normal. Like, I didn't realize that nobody else could see this. I thought it was what we were supposed to see until somebody was like, I was describing it. And they're like, I don't see that. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, when I started developing, I'm like, oh, that's what it's been the whole time. Spirit guides are prison guards. No. Spirit guides are not prison guards. Is somebody telling you this information? Spirit guides are their guide. That's why they're called guides. Nice night here in Michigan also. Yeah. Debbie, I agree. I also realize with the New Age shift to Divine Feminine that a lot of people will be going Western. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think we are going back to a lot of indigenous culture activities, and going back to tribes, you know, you name it. And I'm going to do a quick block here. Okay. If you guys just give me just a minute. Okay, bear with me. Okay. Now I gotta go back to the live feed. On my computer anyway. Okay. Okay, hopefully that person is gone. He should have known that was coming. Just saying. We don't allow that in my group, you guys know that. And it's just meant to distract us, so that's the point of it. That's what they want. They want a reaction. So they're gone, and let's just kind of move on. Alright. So, cultures, religions, like shamanism. Yeah, I just got absolutely, and I think I'm gonna end up taking a shaman class. Like, I already know some of the culture. I already know some of the rituals that they do and the practices. I already know about them, and I probably already practice them. But I would like to take a shamanism class, just to go more in depth in the history and maybe have some experiences like they do, I would love to. And it's really becoming more modern. It really is. I love it. Time to burn some sage. You got it. You got it. I didn't bring any with me outside. So if it continues and if we get another somebody that's wanting a reaction out of us, then I will go in and get it. Today has been a weird day. Crazy people out. You know, and like goes back to what I was saying before about the space storm. It's really just getting people in a rile, you know, a ruckus. So the positive people, what it does to the positive people is that it prompts them to clear, okay? It's just a whole bunch of energy, you know, going back and forth and all over the place all at once. So the positive people, like I said, it's going to prompt them to clear. Now, I don't really get affected by it anymore. Like, every once in a while, I'll get a physical symptom, like an upset stomach, and I know that that's what we're going into, like a space storm. But the negative people, like, they don't know what to do with it. Like, they get a lot of anxiety. They get, if you haven't noticed, there's a lot of crime that happens around these storms or energetic field that we go into. And they get even more negative. They get more anger. And they start doing weird stuff like this. Like trolling on people's pages and stuff like that. And just causing trouble. So this is the effect from it. Went from nature-based religion to Western religion. Now it's going full circle. And I'm glad. I'm really glad. I really wish the scientific field would validate this for us. Because there is so much evidence about the oils and aromatherapy, plant medicine. There's just so much evidence that it works, and the people are the evidence. The people that are doing this instead of the pharmaceuticals. There's just so much evidence. And to me, pharmaceuticals, they just mask the problem. They don't fix the problem. They just mask it. But the plant medicine, as far it's been known that it's cured a lot of things scientifically. And two, I've been disclosed to some healing technology based on the pyramids, and I'm actually kind of really upset about this because it's been like hidden from us. But what's been happening is that governments know about this, and it's being hidden from us because it's gonna just fix a lot of problems, and people are not gonna be making their money. But they have done research, extensive research on pyramid-shaped objects. This includes the Pyramid of Giza. This includes, replicas built of it, and it could be of any form. It could be stone, it could be metal, it could be anything. Just the shape of the pyramid. Okay, they have stored water inside these pyramids for, I think it was 2 or 3 days, and then they gave a milliliter. Now, I'm a nurse, and I know there's a couple different nurses on here. A milliliter is this big. They gave a milliliter to premature babies not expected to survive, and I think there were 10 premature babies that were like ridiculously premature that wouldn't have even had a chance. They gave a milliliter of this pyramid energized water to these babies. All 10 of them had their vitals go back to normal, their kidney functions go back to normal, their respiratory, their their intestinal systems back to normal. All 10 of them received a milliliter, which is this much, of this pyramid energized water. Now, and this is being hidden from us, and it kind of pisses me off, so to speak, and pardon my language, but think about the good that this can do. Okay, as far as cancer and diabetes and pain and premature babies, everything, okay. So hopefully with this disclosure project that's going down, it's kind of like a slow, secretive disclosure right now, but hopefully soon when it kicks off and we at least get a partial disclosure that this is going to be included. Because, you know, I'm sure that I have family that's fighting cancer right now, and I'm sure, you know, everyone on here has known somebody that has fought cancer. Okay. And they just would have drank this pyramid water and they would have been just fine, instead of going through all these harmful chemo and radiation treatments. That would have been really nice. Nature is the best, absolutely. So hopefully this will come out whenever this disclosure happens, whenever it is. I love your honesty and information. Yeah, I'm being honest. Whenever I found out, I'm like, this isn't right. Like, you know, they're making money off this stuff, and I already knew that to begin with. I am in the medical field, and I do have my eyes open to it. But this just floored me. So if you guys want to get this disclosure project going, this is what you guys can do. Is, did you know this technology existed and it's been proven? And it has. You know, you've had scientists with PhDs and, you know, university educators that are doing these experiments and writing papers on it now. Later on, after these scientists had done this research and then wrote about it, they were later fired from their institutions. Well, of course they were. They don't want that information to get out? Of course not. Legacy is amazing. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Absolutely. And, you know, when somebody comes and gets advice from me or a reading from me, I'm going to be honest with you about the information that I'm getting too. I'm not going to just tell you what you want to hear. I don't think that's fair. Now, I try to do it in the least upsetting way. If I am getting information that you maybe don't want to hear, I can pick up on that, but I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to just tell you guys what you want to hear. I'm going to give you the correct information, okay, and from what I'm getting. So, do you know if there's any antipsychotic cause? So, do you know if some antipsychotic drugs are stimulants? Most of the antipsychotics are actually downers. But it just depends, like, if you're talking, like, some of the ADHD drugs that, you know, like, if you're bona fide ADHD, which I already know it's based off, it can be explained by energy and dimensions and frequencies. But if you're diagnosed, if you're bona fide ADHD, and you're taking something like Ritalin or something like that, then it's going to down you. But if you do not have ADHD, of course it's going to stimulate you. Now, that's not necessarily an antipsychotic, but most of the antipsychotics are downers. Yes. But for the grace of God, be safe for your faith and not for yourselves. It's a gift to God. Yes, but we are also a part of God. Let's see. We are a part of God. He is a part of us. Yeah, I want to be authentic. I don't just want to tell you what you want to hear all the time and to make myself, I don't know. I just want to be truthful. I don't want to lie and just tell you what you want to hear. I don't think that's right. Yes. Yes, but as I said, God is a part of us. We are a part of Him. We are an extension of Him. He is a prime, no, absolutely. He is the source, yes. Yes. Okay. So, whenever I read that article about, whenever I got that information about the pyramid and the research done there and the healing technology from it, I actually had my orgone. Like I said, I've got a couple different ones, but what I did was I took a cup of water and then I kind of like this, okay, and I stuck my orgone on top of it. I put water in it, stuck my orgone on top of it. And you guys know I talk about how I feel all kinds of pain just from being an empath and getting downloads and just, you know, being an energetic being that comes with it. I let that sit there overnight. I sipped a little bit on it the night before, but then I let it sit overnight on my table. And then in the morning, whenever I got up, I drank the water. And I didn't have any pain. I had not a single bit of pain when I woke up in the morning, actually. It's very interesting. If you guys have one of these objects, please use it and test it out for yourself. Does it work on everybody? I don't know. I'm one person, but it's worth a try, guys. Okay, it's worth a try, and get back to me if you do try it and let me know. I'm very interested in that. You can hear the crickets, yes. It's wonderful, isn't it? Why do the antipsychotics make the mind race? It kind of creates an ADHD feeling. Maybe it's because they are toxic and toxic things. Yeah, and if you're an enhanced being, if you're a spiritual being, and you're already sensitive to your surroundings, that includes what you're going to be putting in your body. So you're going to have a different effect on this. I had taken an antidepressant for a while after I had woken up, and it had a weird effect on me. But the weird thing is I had taken it long ago, quite a few years ago, and it didn't do that. But after I had my awakening and my energy was increasing and my frequencies were increasing, and I was psychologically, mentally, and spiritually aware of everything going on around me and in me, it does create a different effect. Okay, and chances are it happened before. I just didn't know what I was looking for. I wasn't aware of it. Okay, I wasn't conscious enough to be paying attention to it. What is it? Oh, an orgone or any kind of pyramid. If you guys have a crystal pyramid or something like that. Okay, my orgone it's in the shape of a pyramid, but it's got little bitty different types of crystals. I should have brought it out here with me. But if you guys have this, do that test for me and see how it works for you. If you do have any kind of ailment that you're working with, mine was pain. But I'm very interested to see if it works for a lot of people. Okay, it did work for me with my pain. So, and of course it was itty bitty. Okay, now talk about if you were to put water in the Pyramid of Giza. It's, you know, like, it's gonna have a miraculous effect if that little bitty thing worked for me. Okay, and you're talking an object, you know, thousands of times larger, hundreds of thousands of times larger. Okay, try that out for me, guys. Okay, I let it sit on top of I put water in my cup and I let it sit overnight. Okay, and you can let it sit longer than that too. Okay, if you want to. It probably has a better effect if you let it sit on there longer, not just overnight. I just wanted to try it. You know, I was so antsy about trying it that I went ahead and did it. And Scott posted a video, was it about that? Yes, it has to be a pyramid. It has to be a pyramid. Yes, because it is the specific shape that creates the effect. Because it's the way that the energy goes into the pyramid. Okay, so when you've got, I wish I would have brought it out here, darn it. I didn't. Okay, it's the way that the energy goes into the shape. Okay, so what it does, because there's energy around, just like I said, I can see it with my physical eyes. It's like, looks like water. Okay, so when you've got a shape like this, okay, it basically, the way it goes into it, and it doesn't matter if it's solid or not, because that energy goes through everything, including ourselves. It goes through solid objects. What it does is it creates a spinning effect. Okay, it kind of spirals. Okay, and when it does that, it charges everything that's inside of it. Okay, from the spinning effect. Alright, so if you're charging this water that's sitting in there, okay, you're charging the water with light, you're charging the water with energy. Okay, so okay. Okay. And we're not here to talk about negativity. That's not what we're doing. Okay? We're not here to talk about damning people. And no, we're here to bring about healing ourselves and others, and bringing love to others and self. Okay? Okay, and he's blocked. You have a pyramid light? Okay. Okay. Like a chakra spinning. Yeah, it's like a chakra spinning, kind of. Only it goes... I wish I would have brought it, because then I can show you, but just imagine that there's another side here. It goes up like this, and it spins. Okay, so anything that it's encountering, and again, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a solid object, because the energetic field goes through all of us, all of the solid object. It's what these solid objects are made of, is this energy. So it'll spin around and charge everything that's inside, including water, including food, you name it. Okay, and it doesn't have to be any kind of certain material. It can be stone, it can be crystal, it can be cardboard, for all I care. Try it out and see if it works. Okay, I think it's just the shape. Okay, the type of shape. Put it on top of a glass of water. Yeah, and if you can make a structure to where it's inside of the pyramid, it's probably better. It's like if you want to, like, I know you can't put it water like physically inside of the solid object because there's no cavities, but if you can make a structure yourself with pyramid, maybe you can cross over a couple of crystals, okay, and make it, and it has to have 4 sides, at least 4 sides, or 3 sides. By all means do it. Try it out for me, okay, and tell me how it works. I want to know that this information is correct. Okay, I'd love to know. And I've got my own little experiments with it going on here, you know, with my own water. Okay. Video with actor Richard Gere on Buddhism and emptiness. Awesome, Scott. Thank you very much for posting that. Thank you, thank you. Where do you buy them? You can make them. Now I've got my orgone from a crystal shop. It is a crystal, basically. You can make them out of whatever you want, I guess. It just has to be the shape. Like, I think it's just the structure of the shape, the way the energy flows into that certain shape. If you want to spend money and go get one, like crystal or something like that, go right ahead. But I don't think it has to be that. Like, you can make it out of any material that you've got at home, probably, okay? And there's certain, like, different shapes do different things, which I haven't researched, like the circles or the squares, but they do different things as well, because the energy, it's the way the energy flows into them, okay? I think it can have 3 sides, but as long as it has the point at the top. I think the more sides, the better. Like, if you want to make 4 sides, then I think it would be better, but I think you can make it out of 3 and it would have the same effect because it would still spiral. So it's hollow. Yeah, and if that's not possible, like I said, I just put mine on top of my water glass and I still got an effect, okay? So I don't think it matters as long as because it was sitting on top of here, but in order to get inside the shape, the energy was still spiraling around, okay? Does that make sense? I'm really interested in this theory because it can be so much healing from it. So much healing. You can do this with your food. Even, you know, I'm not particular on doing it on Western medicine, but water, if you can do it with water, that's a natural thing occurring on Earth, and you only have to have a milliliter. Think of the miracles that it can do. And this was proven. Okay, somebody, a physics teacher, PhD, did this experiment and wrote a paper on it. And I think he got some kind of a prize for it. And of course he was later fired. Well, of course he was. They didn't want this to get out. But, you know, you guys know where to find me in the group. PM me if you guys do this. And I let mine set overnight. If you guys want to do this for a couple of days, or maybe even a couple of days in a row, that might be better. But please get back to me if you guys try this, and I'm going to continue my experiments with it at home too. Okay? And I think that is why the pendulums work so well too. If you see, they are in the shape of a pyramid in a way. It's kind of an upside down pyramid. And from what I understand, it's also important to note the angle of the slope too. I think the sharper the point, the more effective, but it doesn't have to be. It can still be effective if it's flatter, because you're still going to be drawing in that energy. I'm going to put one of my crystals in my water. I have seen that. Yeah, Jody, so have I, and I want to start selling those, but they are expensive to start. But the science behind it is amazing. It is. No, not the water, the energy. The water doesn't swirl, but the energy does. But the way I was describing what energy looks like, energy looks like water. It looks like it's flowing all around us. Like if you can imagine being in underwater and you open your eyes and you're still and you're seeing the water kind of go by, like that's kind of what it looks like. I used to find a triangle. I have 5 pendulums. I love them and I work with them. I have so many of them. And I love them. I love working with mine. Crystal's here. Awesome. I just got a new one. It is lapis lazuli. And I haven't worked with it a whole lot yet, so I'm not connecting with it real well yet, but I also haven't charged it with Reiki yet. So I think once I charge it with my Reiki, I think that I'll connect with it. Like a tornado swirls or a toilet flush. Yeah. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yes. I look tired. I probably am. Baby woke me up early this morning. Like the blues in the water energy. Yes. That is exactly. Yes. You have a chart, pendulum chart. Chart myself. Yeah, and I actually got a chart from, is Janice on? We got a chart one day, and I'll tell you what, I use that thing on a daily basis. I love it. A pendulum chart. Maybe I'll find one and post it on the group, and you guys can use it. Maybe you can print it off. I'll post a picture of one. It may not be the same one that I have, but I think any one of them that you would connect with would work. And you have to connect with the chart too. If you're not working with the chart very well, then don't use it. Go to a different one and see if you work with that better. It's just like meditations. Or crystals even. If you're finding that you're not working with a certain crystal very well, don't use it. Go move on to the next. Oh, blur in the water. Yeah, it's yes. It's perfect description. A blur in the water. Yes. Yes. In 2 a.m. all this week. It's 10:25 in Canada. It's 11:25 here. I think my computer died. I felt it after we talked. Very awesome. I was wondering about you. I'm glad, honey. I'm glad. Did you understand what I was trying to say? I hope so. Yes. I brought my chart and resonated with it, and the tiger's eye pendulum. I have a tiger's eye pendulum as well. I love that thing. Yes. Yes. Wonderful. And two, and this goes with any kind of experience you can have, whether, and I'm glad Crystal's on because I did want to bring this up too, and I'm not picking on her. I'm not picking on anybody in this group at all, because I was there once. Like, whenever you start developing and you start being, going down the spiritual path, myself included, I am very guilty of it. I was looking for physical, bona fide experiences. And let me tell you, it's not necessarily physical, okay? It is energetic. You know, like goosebumps. Okay, it's like that feeling in the pit of your stomach. If you're trying to connect with a loved one and guilty, okay, I'm expecting them to just walk into the room, even though they're passed on. And if I don't see that, then I don't think it's real. But this isn't true. Do you know that feeling you get whenever they used to walk into the room? Okay. It's recognizing that energy. So when you do get that feeling, then you know that they've walked into the room, okay? So it's not necessarily like, I'm gonna come downstairs and I'm gonna see my grandfather on the couch. No, it's, I'm gonna come in the room and I'm gonna smell his perfume. or as cologne, I mean, or I'm gonna get that feeling like I used to whenever I would walk in his house and he would be sitting there, like recognizing the energy. Does that make sense? And whenever I say that I see things, guys, except for the energy, which apparently I've always done and I didn't realize that's what it was, I thought it was normal. But when I say I see things, I'm seeing it here. Okay, I'm not seeing it with my physical eyes, except again with the energy. So yeah, okay, you're good. Okay, I just knew I walked past a friend's place tonight and I just knew where she was and what she was doing. See, that's what I mean. Like, it's not necessarily a physical thing. And also too, whenever loved ones, past loved ones, try to connect with us, like, it's interdimensional. Okay, they no longer live on this plane, so they don't, you know, once they pass over that veil, they lose all communication here. So when we're expecting to hear words or something like that, and, you know, guilty as well, we can kind of get frustrated. But we're not listening in the right spot. It's interdimensional. They don't talk through here anymore, and they don't talk through here anymore. They talk here, and they talk through memories, and they talk through feelings. That's what it's about in the dimension and the density that they live in. Okay, that's how they speak there. So that's what they're going to know, and that's how they're going to communicate through you. So whenever they get close, they're going to be, you know, they're going to be prompting certain memories to come up. Through those memories, we are to pick out the feeling. Okay, we are to pick out the feeling, whether it was a feeling of patience, of sincerity, of peace, of love. What was the feeling from this memory? Like, that is the message, okay? Or if it's a memory that, if it was a happy memory, well, that just kind of, it's a given itself, right? So we really don't have to explain that. Like, they're wanting you to be happy. They're wanting you to remember the time that they did this and to be grateful for it. Okay. He's constantly touching my legs, totally. And it's hard to describe. Like, I've had family members, you know, touch my shoulder, and it's not like a physical, it's more like their energy is touching me, and I can pick up on that. Like, you know, my energy is interacting with their energy. So don't be looking for physical things. Now, can they send you robins in the middle of your yard in the middle of winter? Absolutely. Can they send you turtle doves watching your house every day? Absolutely. Can they send you pennies on the ground in random places all over the place? Can they send you feathers? Yeah, totally. Can they send you repetitive song lyrics in your head? 100%. And your guides also do this too. Okay, because they're gonna interact with you with the frequency that you're relating to. So if you're relating to music at that time, then you're going to be getting song lyrics. Does that make sense? Because they can't relate to you with words, so they'll relate to you in frequencies. Songs are frequencies. Robins, I see. A ladybug landed on my phone today. 11. Goodness gracious, you're on a roll today, aren't you? Somebody is trying to tell you something, Linda. That's awesome. Do you know who it was, or was it your guides? Maybe it could have just been your guides, because your guides do all those things too. But it's all about, like, what the meaning is for you. Like, if I see a robin, and, you know, I relate it to the fact that my grandfather used to have a robin in his yard, and we used to laugh about it. Okay, like, then I know it was from my grandfather. Do you see what I'm saying there? If it's a robin and I'm recognizing it, it's still a sign. The fact that I recognized it, it could just be from my guides. And I may not know until at a later time what the meaning was either. Like, I may put 2 and 2 together later. So don't get frustrated if you don't recognize a sign right away either. You will. Okay, you may not know right now, but, like, okay, so you can be like, okay, I know that was a sign. I don't know what it is yet. I'll figure it out. So when the event happens, it was relating to this sign, then you're going to know. They're showing me lots of signs every day. Yeah, every day, every moment. There is a sign in every day, every moment, guys. There really is. And whenever you're really vibing high, you're gonna notice 99% of them. It's awesome. Meet back up with you and make things a little more solid for me. I would love to, Crystal, absolutely. Totally. I'm actually taking some time off of work right now. I don't know when I'm gonna go back, but probably not until my parents can get up here in a couple of weeks or so. So let's make it in that time period. I would love to. Absolutely, honey. I would love to make things a little more solid for you. Plus, it's been a while. It's been a while, and we can cover some more ground. Absolutely, honey. Okay. Okay. And actually, hold that thought for just a minute. I'm gonna grab me some more coffee. Don't go anywhere. Okay? Give me about 2 minutes. You need a rest from work. I do, and I've had some major experiences. I don't like to use word problems, but I'll explain that in just a minute. Hold on, guys. Okay, did you guys enjoy the cricket sounds? Are you free Wednesday afternoon? I think so. I'm trying to think. I think I'm okay for Wednesday afternoon. Because I think you have a half day Wednesday, correct? So that may work. Yes, I've been having some things going on with, I had my suspicions, but, I'm here for, at the time being, at least for a few weeks, I think. I'm making sure my children are being taken care of properly. So I'm here, and I need to correct some things in that manner. But I'd really like for you guys to, if I could ask a favor, as I'm really trying to manifest my business taking off, and because I want to do, my main wish right now is that I want to do this full time. I want to do my mission full time with you guys. I'd love to be on live every day. I would love that. I'd love to be interacting with you every day. If you guys could help me manifest that, and it doesn't mean necessarily business boo, it just in whatever way possible that I would be allowed to do that. Okay? So help me out there. I know we've got some great healers in here. We've got some great manifestors. I'd love to do this full time. It's been my wish for a very, very, very long time to be teaching every day, all day. And you guys are awesome. It wouldn't be possible at all without you guys. You guys know that. Some people just want reading all the time, but I love information too. And honestly, I get more, like, I love doing the readings, but the teaching is what really builds me up energetically and vibrationally. Probably because I'm channeling, and I'm also teaching myself. Like, if you guys don't know, I get off these live feeds and then I watch it myself. Because sometimes I'll be in watching it and I'm like, I don't remember saying that, so I know it came from my guides or another higher source. I do have a YouTube channel. I do. I have a YouTube channel, but I only have like 9 of you guys following me. So I'm trying to build that up. But I haven't done many videos on there lately. So maybe I should, in these next couple of weeks, maybe that's something that I can do. But it's called The Healing Medium on YouTube, for those of you watching that aren't following me. I almost missed you. I was wondering where you were, Larissa. Yes, if you guys aren't already following me on YouTube, please do. I have not posted a video on there for a while because I wasn't getting many followers. But I don't even know if anybody has information about, supposedly there's a way that you can make money doing your business on YouTube, but I haven't found it yet. Or maybe I'm just not doing it right, or maybe I wasn't ready. Because what I teach, guys, is things are not going to happen for you until you're purely ready, until you've learned the lessons that you needed to learn and gone through the experiences that you needed to experience before getting to that point. So maybe that's just it, and I'm okay with that. But right now, it's kind of imperative that it's like an urgency that I do my mission full time. Okay, and be with my children as well. Very important to me. I never used to do poems in high school, and suddenly a few years ago I had poems I can write. I used to write poems too, and gosh, I wish I still had the books, but there's a couple poems that were published that I wrote. It was very awesome. Of course, I haven't read them or seen them for a while, but it was very awesome. If I find them, guys, I'll post them on the group, but I was maybe in 6th grade, so I was 11 or 12. It's tough when you're teaching yourself. I know. I will check out YouTube. Yes. I shared for you. Awesome, girl. Thank you, Zankia. I used to write poems too. And I would love to go back and reread them, actually, come to think of it. I'd like to see what was going on in my head, because you guys know that everything that you have experienced from childhood up until now has been preparing you for your spiritual journey, whether you were awake or not. Okay, when I sit down and I look back on my childhood experiences, I'm like, wow, how did I miss that? I was talking about this when I was 5 to my mother. How did I miss that? Go back and find out for yourself. I'm serious. You'll find things that are like, why didn't I wake up then? I apparently knew about it, or I had some kind of memory of this happening in a past life, or, before I came in and was born here. I remember this, go back and see for yourself. Let's see, I was gonna say something. Oh, and you guys know that, okay, whenever I postpone a live feed, I wanted to explain this too, because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm ever not wanting to do a live feed or anything like that. Whenever I do postpone, sometimes I do get caught up in life, and I like the other night I got talked into helping a friend move. But if I ever do postpone a live feed, it is because what I do is I spend all week learning from my guides and channeling and doing meditations with my guides and higher sources, okay? Just to kind of put together an inkling about what I'm going to talk about to you guys. So I spend all week learning, okay? And I may not even know, I may get bits and pieces here and there throughout the week, and then I'll kind of put it all together in a live feed, or I'll just go ahead and just channel it. But whenever I postpone it, it's because my guides have told me that I haven't learned everything that I needed to learn before I went on the live feed. So there was more things that I needed to channel, or more things that I needed to study before I came on to you guys. Okay, and even though it was because I got talked into helping a friend move the other night, it was because I had, was studying more stuff last night, okay? And I'm glad I, postponed it, because I want to bring this up. Does that make sense, guys? So it's never that I don't want to. Now, there was, I think a period of a month that I was doing a lot of self-healing. So that was another story. But that's another point, though. I can't heal you guys until I heal myself. Okay? Us healers and, clairvoyance, and those are all just labels, but, we don't work right unless we're working right. If that makes sense, okay? We don't work right unless we work right. Alright? Love to write with a pen and have good handwriting. Now, Linda, do you do automatic writing? If you love writing, have you ever tried automatic writing? Maybe this is something that you're sensitive to. There is so much to learn, but I love it. There's everything to learn. It's infinite. You know, we're never going to be done learning until we, I believe I had learned, and actually that was last night, that ninth density is back to oneness. So you can go up to the 7th and 8th dimensional being, but once you hit the 9th, you're back to universe, you're back to source. That was something new, okay, because I think I have done a live feed about dimensions before and dimensional beings and which go into which, but then once I got to try to describe the 9th, they're like, stop there. Like, and I even said that, I said, I guess that's as far as they want me to go. Like, okay. You are full of wisdom. You know what? I'm only bringing to you what my guides bring to me. They want you guys to know something, so they'll come through me. So don't give me the credit. It's my guides and higher sources, higher light sources. Sometimes I learn it just when you do. Okay, which is why I go back and watch the lives myself. So I am told an earth angel. I put a pin in my hand. Yeah. Well, hi Mark. How are you? Yeah, totally. Linda, if you are really into having that pin in your hand, and if you haven't tried automatic writing, you know, do it for me. And I had done it the other night. About a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was before my boy went with my mother. So 2 weeks ago, I had tried with him because he is an incredible being as well. Incredible. And it's glitching. Okay, maybe it was because I was shaking it. Sorry. But I had done a session and I used my pendulum, and I had thought that you had to use your dominant hand. Apparently you use your non-dominant hand and you just let it flow. Okay, and then you may not get anything right away. Keep trying. And we did have a message come through. It was really interesting, and I'll have to post it on the group later, what came through, because it kind of verified who I thought he was in a past life. The bugs are getting to me. Here we go again. It's on your end too. Okay. I used to be really shy when I was a child. Not so well. I used to talk to anyone as long as they have good energy. Totally. I'm the same way. I used to be so shy. Larissa, go out and come back in, okay? Go out and come back in and see if that helps. I used to be so shy. And, you know, I look back on it now and it's because, you know, empathy. I blame that on empathy. I'm shy I was shy because I would be in a crowd of people or a classroom of people. And what am I feeling? I'm feeling an overwhelming sense of everybody else's energy. Okay, that is not going to want, you know, if you don't know what that is and if you don't know how to control it, then you're not going to want to interact. Okay. You know, the same goes for my oldest, of course. He was the same way. And of course he got labeled as autistic, but I don't believe in autism. I really don't. I think the people that have come here and born into this world and given that label, they are naturally working from a different frequency. They are able to sit down and think and go in their own world. But Einstein himself had said that imagination is the key to the universe. Imagination is clairvoyance. You guys, if you have ever had an imagination, that's clairvoyance. Okay, that's how mine works. I always describe it as like a daydream that takes over. And that's what it is. So whenever these autistic children are in their own little world, they're seeing things. They're picking up on things. They're naturally working from a different frequency. Okay, and honestly, and I think I've said this before, I bet you the nonverbal ones that have that label, I bet you they're the most intelligent. I bet you those are the ones with the most information. Because once you get to the 4th, 5th dimension, they only speak through telepathy. They don't speak here. Does that make sense, guys? Do you guys agree with that? Suddenly I am tired. 2 a.m. is harsh to get up every day. The angels must wake me up. Probably so. Probably so. Or you're getting downloads at that time. That's kind of when, like, the veil is the thinnest. Okay. So, yeah, I wake up that early, and sometimes I don't even go to bed until that time. So, labels are awful. Yes. I have a screeching in my ear. Okay. Okay. My mother used to make small child when she was... Okay, my mother used to make me shake when I was a small child. She was a harsh soul to me, innocent and empath, and she was scared. She always yelled. You know, and we choose our parents. So for whatever reason, you wanted to learn from that. Maybe you wanted to learn how to not be like that, or you wanted to learn to control emotions from it. Maybe that forced you to control what you had. For whatever reason, there was a lesson behind it that you needed to learn from. Maybe it was to gain strength from it. Have I raised my voice to my children? Absolutely. Absolutely. They're 1 and 3, so they're always getting into something or whatever. But there is a better way to do it. But for whatever reason, like I said, you wanted to learn from this. You wanted to gain experience from it. So they are. Yes. Yes. I'm glad you agree. Because I talked to my son, and he's not, he's a normal kid to me, a normal kid with a lot of spiritual intelligence, a lot of universal intelligence, and a lot of universal knowledge. Because I was, not prompting him, I was encouraging him to talk about what he was experiencing, just like I am with you guys. Okay, I was encouraging it, and I would never condone it. If I always say if he was born to another mother or raised by another, that his light would have went out. He wouldn't be who he was. Now I'm a full-grown empath that doesn't shake no more. Well, that's awesome. Maybe you wanted to gain the strength from it. Absolutely. Totally agree. Awesome. I'm glad that you guys agree. It makes sense to me. I get all messages and dreams are telepathic. I get most of them that way. Now, with my clairvoyance, I've learned to work with that very, very well. So I get a lot of stuff that way. Okay. She doesn't scare me now. I'm 57. Yeah, I learned lessons from mother. That is not should be her. Gotcha. Gifted. I agree 100% on these children that are labeled autistic. Being a mother of one that was labeled. I'm sorry. The scientific community isn't getting it. If you're on a meditation, or if you're channeling, or if you're in a trance, session, doing a reading, what does that look like to you? And if someone didn't know what you were doing, I'm sitting here doing it on my back deck, right here. And if someone were to walk in my backyard and see me doing this stuff, would I look autistic? Am I right? You guys understanding that? So this is my view on it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The bugs are really getting to me, guys. The mosquitoes love me. They love me. They're very attracted to me. I'm very fair-skinned. Okay, one uses telepathy and one tried it out for the U.S. minutes past year. See, they're very, very, very gifted individuals. Very gifted individuals. Very much. And I don't think that, as I said, the scientific community isn't getting it. They're not understanding it. Until some of these disclosures take place. Then I think they're going to be continue to be labeled and put into the wrong classes. Okay. Mosquitoes, don't like them. I don't like them either, but they sure like me. From the research that I've done, it's something in your blood that they are attracted to. I think it's like the lack of iron, because I'm very iron deficient. Something like that. Little vampire mosquitoes, I know. They're like they're eating my elbows alive. I should have worn there's an oil that repels it, and I should have wore that before I came outside. So what else can we talk about? Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? I've got a little bit of time left. I can only stay on as long as my cell phone doesn't die. Let's see how long we've got. Okay, we're still okay for now. But yeah, if there's anything else that you guys want me to discuss, answer, validate, let me know. I'm right here. As long as I can bat away these mosquitoes. If you place the pyramid on top of a glass of water, what you do next? You leave it there. You let it sit there for... I let mine sit overnight. That's all you gotta do. Honestly, the research that I did, it was beneficial to leave it there longer. I was so anxious to try it that I went ahead and, drank it the next morning, but leave it there for a few days, see what happens. Okay. And see if you have any effect. Okay. Now I did mine for my pain ailments. I think it can be used for anything. But you don't have to stir it, you don't have to, watch it, you don't have to put anything else in it. You just sit it on top of the glass of water and leave it there. That's all you gotta do. And let energy take care of the rest. Yep. It energizes the water. Yep. It charges it, it energizes it, or it charges the energy. And they're trying to get my coffee. How dare them? Okay. No, you drink it. I'm sorry, yeah, you drink it whenever you're done charging it. So however long you want to leave it there. If you want to leave it there overnight and then drink it in the morning, that's what I did, and I did feel an effect from it, and I think it would have been more effective if I would have left it there for maybe another 24 hours. But you drink it at the end of the time frame that you have set out for yourself. I have pain. I do too. It's, it's related to the stuff that I still hold on to, my energetic, emotional pain that I still hold on to. Okay. Yes. Us healers, we have to heal too. Like I said earlier, we don't work right unless we work right. Okay? That goes for everybody. So it is healing. Yes. Mm-hmm. Very much so. That's the research that I've done. That's the research that these scientists have done. Okay. It works better, I think, if you can make a pyramid shape over the top of the glass of the water, but I just set mine on top of it and I got the effect from it because it's still, channeling the energy. Turmeric, yes. And actually, yeah, there was something that I'm so glad you brought that up, Linda. I've been doing a lot of research on turmeric for pain, which I'm going to start taking very soon, and chlorella. Chlorella is very good with removing toxins from your body. You cried all damn day. Why, honey? Well, you know what? Somebody else was saying, I think it was Debbie that was saying that the emotions are high right now. We're in the middle of a space storm. So the positive entities, the positive people are going to be getting that urgency to purge. The urgency to purge. And the negative people are going to be they don't know what it is and they don't know what to do with it. So they're going to be doing a lot of negative things. And they may not even know why, anger and murder and robbing, and they don't know what to do. The last space storm that we had went into, I live in a very, very, very quiet town. It's a town. It's a small, not quite a city, not a village, and where we have absolutely zero, less than zero crime ever. And in one day we had 4 robberies and a hostage situation, and it was just crazy because people were picking up on this energy And these negative people were, you know, full of anger and rage, and it got heightened because of this. 34, yes, July 1st. Okay, I understand. I understand. Okay. You are absolutely entitled to do so too, Larissa. Absolutely. You cry all you want. And you can cry to me if you want. You can cry to me if you want. If you want to just get it out, message me and just get it out. I'll be your venting, you know, just get it out. I don't care what you say to me or how you say it. Just get it out. Turmeric and black pepper. Yeah, and whenever I was looking for my turmeric to purchase, there was a lot of turmeric and black pepper combo. Yes. Turmeric and milk. Yes. Milk thistle or just milk. Dryer sheets. I may have to go get some dryer sheets because they're eating my elbows alive. Alright, I may have to go get some. Oh, we need our rest, but some of us may never heal to prove the healing is coming from God. Michelle, yeah, totally, I agree. We may never heal 100%, but here's the thing is we weren't here to do that. We weren't here to be perfect. Okay, it's more like, you know, working with the ego. It's not really about getting rid of it. Let me explain a little bit better. It's not really about getting rid of it. It's about how you're reacting to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's meant to be there to question things, but it's up to your consciousness to react to it in the proper manner, in the more positive manner, in the more effective manner for your own growth of soul and what's more appropriate for, you know, others around you and yourself. Does that make sense? Totally. Absolutely. Pure Trim, look up, I believe, Pure Trim, am I saying that right? Pure Trim, sold in the States online. I put it in water twice a day. It's a powder and amazing, tastes like Kool-Aid. Okay, now is this for pain or is this an herbal supplement? I'm assuming it is. Is it for pain? Skin so soft? Yes. You're welcome, honey. I love Skin So Soft. Yes. Yeah, I may have to do the dryer sheet trick. It's for joint pain. Okay. Okay. It doesn't hurt to give it a try. I'm feeling it as joint pain, but it's emotional manifesting as the physical pain. That makes sense to you guys. Yes. And if you guys, I don't know if you've ever, because I recognize this since my awakening, my spiritual awakening too, is sometimes I'll get areas in my body that'll go numb, whether it's like my fingers, a certain finger, a place in my arm, a place in my leg. This is a block in your energy, because your nervous system is energy. It's a block in your energy. Okay, so does that make sense, guys? Have you guys had that as well? Since your awakening? I have a lot of joint and muscle pain, and this Pure Trim works. Okay. Remind me, okay, and PM me that if you would. PM me that so I don't forget. Okay. Please and thank you. Okay, joint tea. Pure Trim joint tea. Okay. Awesome. I still want you guys to try the pyramid trick though. Okay, and I'm curious to see, because I was told that it doesn't have to be a specific material. It can be made out of cardboard. It's just the shape. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just the shape. So the energy that moves in it. You get the numbness too? Okay. Okay. Hello, Miss Ruth. How are you? I get a weird tingling sensation in the top of my shoulder and the back of my neck. I was told the angels touched me. Yeah, I have to agree with that. It's your guides. It's your angel. So, like, okay, that kind of brings me back to what I was saying earlier about your loved ones, too. About it's not necessarily a physical touch, it's about your energy reacting with their energy, interacting with their energy, is what I meant. You guys know what I mean. But we're almost, we're expecting them to, or we're expecting us to feel like, the physical hand on our shoulder, when it's not necessarily that. It's tingles, it's energy reacting with energy. But yes, bit flat, okay. We're all here. I'm trying to get you guys to talk about that, and that's part of my mission, is to get you guys talking about your experiences and what you're feeling and how you're reacting. So you're more than welcome to speak about it. This is a completely non-judgmental group. I've never had a problem here. We all help each other. Energy touch, yes. And I guess if you're not sensitive to it, you may not know what that feels like, or you may not be in tune with it. But if you are sensitive, you are going to recognize it. And, not anymore, but before, and even the people that are not awakened to this point yet, as much as we are, we're taught to immediately disprove it. Oh, that was just my imagination. Or, oh, that was just, a bug in the corner of my eye. Or it was just goosebumps. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's, that's our programming, and we're all guilty of that. Okay, but I'm here to tell you that we're not to disprove that. Okay. Not no more. Family stuff for me, huge blockages. Okay, I understand. I think I talked about this before, but I will if this kind of helps you, Ruth. Like, okay, everybody is in our life for an exact purpose, and we may not know that exact purpose until a lot later down the road. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. They are still there teaching us something. Okay, it is how we're reacting to it. A lot of times, we can take it as a lesson, no matter if it is a negative experience or a positive experience. It is still a lesson, and you are still learning things. So they are there for a reason. And whenever we go through these storms like this, we get a lot of mixed memories and mixed feelings, and emotions just are heightened. And whenever a specific memory comes up out of nowhere, or whatever, what have you, or maybe it's not out of nowhere, maybe we trigger this on our own, this memory comes up. We all do this. I have been guilty of this, and then I bring myself out of it now. But don't focus on the pain from that memory. Like, this is part of the common core issue of the world today, is that whenever we're remembering stuff, like, we're only remembering the pain. Like, we're looking for the pain. You know what I mean? Why are we doing that? So, we're not supposed to be looking for the pain, but we do. We're programmed to do that because the news is pain. TV shows are a lot of negative experiences that we watch that program us into believing that we're supposed to be looking for the pain all the time. So instead of doing that, steer yourself away from doing that and looking for the more positive feeling in this memory that's coming up for you. So in this memory, you've got an interaction between two people, and this person said this and this person said that, and then there was a lot of this, okay, and then two people went their separate ways, maybe. Okay, so pick it apart. Okay, what did I learn from this? Okay, maybe it was be careful with your energy, or maybe it was patience. I learned this from that experience that I had. Or maybe it was to believe myself or trust myself more. Okay, and this is how I've been changed for the better from this experience. That is how we pick the positive out of this. Even though it was a hurtful experience, we still learned something from it. We still learned something positive from it, and we became a different person more positively from this experience. Does that make sense? And it's also, honestly, if you're in the middle of a current experience and you're having something like a memory like that come up, chances are that is exactly what's blocking you in your current situation. So you want to go back and see what you learned from it, and then chances are you're going to unblock yourself from your current situation and you're going to be able to progress. Okay. Okay, my body seems to be ultra-sensitive to chemicals, so I can detect them from afar. Okay, I think we're all going to have a little bit of that coming up, absolutely, whenever this shift occurs. I think we're all going to be smelling these chemicals from a mile away. Not, well, maybe literally, I don't know. The hospital, monitoring, being a nurse, if you ever seen this strange. Have you had any strange experiences, like in the hospital? Well, I work at a nursing home, so I've had a lot of weird experiences. Yes. The pain is how you know you are alive. Yeah, but don't focus so much on it. No. See, to me, I don't live in that space anymore. I don't have to live in that space anymore to where I'm picking out the pain, because I know that I'm not supposed to be looking for the pain. That's only lowering my vibration. I'm never even picking out why I became a better person because of it. Okay. But we're programmed to believe that. We're programmed to look at the bad in everything. From the news, from TV, from magazines, and, you know, you name it. Okay. From these, you know, from negative songs. Okay. That's one of my gifts. I sense and smell all feelings on skin. Okay. Absolutely. I feel a lot of things on my skin as well, especially these mosquitoes right now. But yeah, no, literally I do feel a lot of sensations on my skin, and it's mainly like my energetic body interacting with these certain things. Okay. I think I'm gonna give an opportunity for, I know I have been really itchy, mosquitoes are just eating me. I'm gonna give everybody just a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go inside, away from the mosquitoes. Do you know how I know when the hair is blown in my head before it even falls out? If you're, yeah, I believe it, honey, I do. I believe it. Yes. If you're becoming a more sensitive person to what's going on around you and inside of you, then yes, absolutely, you are. You will. Yes, yes. And, you know, Buddhist monks and, you know, all those higher frequency spiritual beings like that, that are away from TV and politics and any outside stimulation for that matter, are going to tell you the same thing, that they can know when their hair is going to fall out, that they can know when their heart's going to beat next, okay, when they're going to sneeze next, okay, yes, absolutely. And they have the ability to control their heartbeat and their respiration rate. Absolutely. I think it's really interesting. My research on Buddhist monks and any kind of monks, it doesn't have to be Buddhism, I guess. But there has been, and I didn't realize there was this many cases of it, but there's been 160,000 documented cases of Buddhist monks transitioning into their rainbow body. Look it up. It's documented. 160,000 documented cases of Buddhist monks physically transitioning into their energetic rainbow body. Like, what is that movie? Lucy, the way that she did at the end. There has been 160,000 cases of this. And it's mainly your Buddhist monks and the ones that spend years and years and years in meditation. Very interesting read. If you guys ever get the chance to research it, do so. I never allowed my kids to watch the news, so back from the yeah, I don't particularly like it either. I don't like my kids watching the news, and honestly, the past week or so, I haven't even watched TV. With the exception of Legion that I caught Tuesday night. I'm not going to miss that. But other than that, I haven't watched TV, and I have been getting a lot more downloads. I have been handling my reactions a lot better when I'm not influenced by these things. No, I haven't stayed off of Facebook, but I bet if I stayed off of Facebook, then it would be even more so. But I can't when that's the heart of my business. I stood by a tree today with bare feet and touched the tree with my bare hand. Isn't it awesome, Linda? I love it. I love being barefoot in the grass, don't you guys? Just instantly raises my vibration. Instantly. News is negative. It is. What do you think? And honestly, I'm gonna go with 98% of what we see on the news is fake. I'm downright honest with you. This is the information that I get from, everywhere. My energy, my guides, higher beings. What do you think when you are listening to someone speaking on certain subjects and you feel shivers up your spine? Are they good shivers or bad shivers? Let me ask you that, because they can go both ways. If it's like I call that resonating with you, like me saying, and this is absolutely true, by the way, I'm not telling you guys anything that you guys don't already know. I'm just prompting you to remember. That's why I only give you a little bit on the subjects, and I may kind of explain it a little bit, but it's actually meant for you guys to go in and meditate and ponder on it and think on this and ask your guides for further validation. Because it's supposed to trigger, the point of it is that it's supposed to trigger something in you guys to remember who you are more and trigger more on your spiritual journey. So I call that resonating. Like, I get that. That makes sense to me. I remember that. Yes. Is that what you mean? Yes, resonating. Renovations, no TV is set up in my home for now. You know what? The only thing I've watched in a week is 1 hour TV show Legion, which is actually talking about space and dimensions and heightened awareness. So of course I'm going to watch that. Me either. I will PM you with some information. Yeah, totally. And Facebook is what you make of it. It is. Absolutely. It is still my reactions to things, and I've been actually controlling them a little bit better. Grounded, because it is a tree that seems alone like me. Yes. Yeah, totally. I can walk outside barefoot and touch the grass and instantly ground myself. Mark, good. Okay, good. So that makes sense to you? As long as you're not getting fear from it, I suppose, then it's resonation. Resonation. Yes. Now, and I'm not sitting up here trying to tell you guys that you shouldn't watch the news and you shouldn't watch TV and you shouldn't be on Facebook. That's all up to you guys. Has it helped me raise myself to not... either to not react to things, or not watch it altogether? Absolutely, it has helped me. But honestly, I think that I can watch the news all I want. It is my reaction to it. If I am seeing a news story on mass murder, one, the intention is to impose fear on you. I've spoke about this before. Okay. And two, it is my choice whether I want to react with that fear or not. Okay, I do not have to react to that fear. I can choose to take it as, yes, I do see the world in need of repair, and this is why I am here. I am doing my part in helping others raise their vibration and service to others, and spreading my love, teaching love, so others may go on and do the same, and remember who they are. Does that make sense, guys? It is our reactions to things That is 99.9% of it, is of controlling your emotions and raising your vibration. It's all about your reaction. If you can react in a more peaceful and understanding manner, then you got it. You got this whole spiritual journey. Okay? You got this whole balance thing if you can get that. Now, do I give reactions sometimes? Totally. But like I said, we were not put here to be perfect, and we were not put here to compete to be perfect. Absolutely not. We were put here to be in human bodies having human experiences. That is the purpose. Okay? I hope that makes everybody feel better. I'm not saying that you have to not react to anything ever. Is it good to do so? Probably, but I think that's impossible. You know, I do. After this shift, are we going to be able to do that? I don't know. I'm not there yet. I hope so. I do. But I think that we're still going to have things come up that might prompt us to react, or prompt us to choose to react or not. Does that make more sense? Alright, guys. I think I'm going to jump off here so I can save some of my blood for myself and not the mosquitoes. Any of you on here, or any of you watching the replay, you guys know I'm always here if you need me. Please PM me. I'm always available. I'm always a shoulder. And if it's just that you need to get something out and you want to cuss and you want to yell and you want to scream, just message me and I'm more than happy to take that. Okay, sometimes we do have to do this to clear ourselves, okay? And then I'm still going to offer you my advice about what to do with that. You're not going to get away from that because that's just who I am. But you're more than welcome to do that, guys, okay? I love you all, and I really appreciate you guys being there. This wouldn't be possible without you guys. You guys know that. I'm very grateful for you all. You're going to be eating alive out there. I know I am. They love me. But love and light to all of you. Thank you for being here. Love you.